critic Alexei Navalny. She's supporting a call by the foreign minister, Heiko Maas, who has warned that Berlin could change its backing for the project, underscoring the escalating tensions with Moscow. Speaking exclusively to Bloomberg,
Morning, everybody. The order placed for euro. I'm looking to buy euro at 118.11. Order placed to buy euro at 118.11. Okay, position open.
Its citizens and opposition leaders, and this should be condemned, and not only condemned, but there should be very strong sanctions and interventions following suit. And here, I believe that hearing what German leaders are saying, like Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer or Armin Laschet or Friedrich Merz, I think that the decision makers will change their decisions and will, well, they already by the same token finally admitted that this is a political project, because without political involvement the project would already been abandoned. I mean the Nord Stream 2 project. But with the recent developments in Belarus, where Mr. Putin is clearly threatening with intervention, and with what he did to Mr. Navalny, this should be a final wake-up call for Germany in terms of the EU and German attitude towards Nord Stream 2.
Do you think Germany would be able to, what would be the consequences for Germany, for Poland, and for the EU if they did cut off work on Nord Stream 2? Would it be able to get through the winters? And
Of course, yeah, of course. We have lots of connectivity. In particular, the Nord Stream 2 project is very dangerous for Ukraine, because they are going to be completely cut off from their transit fees and from their transit capacities. They have a gas pipeline system which was built to transit gas to Western Europe. And with this being obsolete, they will experience a huge blow. And at the same time, there will be, for the first time, situation where Russian troops and Russia will be able to march into any territory in the east, because they will no longer be dependent on the gas pipeline system. So Nord Stream 2, with its 55 billion cubic meter of gas, is not only a political threat, it's also a geopolitical threat to this part of the world, and it should be stopped as quickly as possible.
That was Mateusz Morawiecki, the Polish Prime Minister, speaking exclusively to Bloomberg. Up next on the programme, don't extend furlough. The Bank of England's chief economist urges the government to push back against pressure to keep up its job scheme. But the industry body Make UK says that would be disastrous. And we're hearing calls from other places, economists that we've spoken to on the programme, for example, calling for an extension. We will speak to the CEO of Make UK shortly. This is Bloomberg.
stop on profit for euro at 118.13. I'm placing a stop on profit to 118.13.
Those have been discussed for a long time, and I think it has been now already with the concerns about populism that this notion of inequality and fair chances to participate and shape society have come to the fore before. And now we do see that in the structural change there is a big role for the state anyway to support the transition in many sectors, and this is why I think all the work that the European Commission has also been doing in trying to set up just transition funds and to acknowledge that it's not only printing money and putting it out there, but also to make sure it's got a directionality, which is the health and the environment and the good jobs and the upping of those jobs that we've now all understood during the crisis.
That is Maya Gopal there speaking at the Brussels Economic Forum. She is the Secretary General of the German Advisory Council on Global Change. Also at the Brussels Forum, our reporter Maria Tadeo is moderating a panel called The New European Economy After Coronavirus. And she's joined by Valdis Dombrovskis, European Commission Executive Vice President right now. There are a bunch of different things going on there. Maya Gopal is also going to be on that panel with her, the woman you're seeing speaking on the screen, as well as FT commentator Martin Sandbu. Anna?
Yeah, interesting conversation then taking place in Brussels. Here in London, another interesting conversation around support provided by government to the UK economy. The Bank of
Position closed on euro at 118.13. We have £200 in profit.
After Germany and Spain extended their job support schemes, with France also considering a similar move, the UK is under pressure to do the same. In a survey conducted by industry group Make UK, 62% of manufacturers said they support an extension, with almost a third saying they plan to cut jobs in the next 6 months if furlough ends in October as planned. I'm pleased to say we can now speak to Stephen Phipson from Make UK. He's the CEO of that organisation which represents UK manufacturers. Stephen, good to speak to you. So we've heard there a little bit of the case for why you're campaigning for an extension of the furlough. How much sympathy do you have for Andy Haldane's point of view, though, that some of these jobs just aren't coming back? And so, in his view, it's not right to support them any longer.
Well, good morning, Anna, and yes, good to talk to you. Generally, the JRS, the Job Retention Scheme, has been incredibly successful, very helpful during this very, very difficult period for many manufacturers. What we're saying now is we understand the government is under some pressure to bring this to a close, and we're in that tapering phase now, but there are some critical sectors of our manufacturing base where the recovery is taking a lot longer, particularly in commercial aerospace manufacturing, where we manufacture components and systems for aircraft, very successful sector in the UK, and automotive, which is undergoing some structural changes there. You could also make the case for foundation industries like steel manufacturing in the country, which are seeing a much slower pickup in demand. And as these particularly interesting sectors, these sectors that are so vital, are taking much longer to recover, we think there is a real case to be made now for some sectoral support, similar, as you said, to the ones we've seen across other European countries, for those areas which are so valuable. I mean, if you take automotive and